What's up, this is Danny Garcia, and you're now watching BehindTheGloves.com.
Yeah, no.
Is it fun playing spoiler? Do you like being in that kind of position?
I mean, I guess so. Like, I never really thought about it like that, but it is an eerily familiar, scenario to where we were a year ago, right in this building. Fighting a guy and you're being the underdog, and big fights loom on the horizon. But that's boxing. There's always going to be a favorite. There's always going to be an underdog.
That Amir is obviously overlooking. We worrying about the Mayweather fight, campaigning for the Mayweather fight, and maybe it's an honor to you.
Whether it is or it isn't, whether I can't say what the man is thinking about or how he feels about the situation, but it's my job to make him feel like he's not ready for what's going to happen on Friday.
Chris, what did you take away?
You guys have proven that you can take a punch and get up off the bout and keep fighting. Do you think this is going to be an exciting fight?
I do. I think you have two fast-paced boxers. We both throw a lot of punches, and I think it's going to be an exciting and, like I said, fast-paced affair.
Chris, what did you take away from the Pacquiao fight?
A lot of things, especially leading up to it. How to prepare for a fight of that magnitude, camp-wise, media relations-wise, traveling, all different things. I mean, so many different situations came to light in that experience. And, once you've been in with a guy like Pacquiao, he's one of the top two best fighters of our generation. Everyone else is everyone else.
You didn't spend as much time with Khan as you did with Pacquiao. Do you think that spending all that time with Pacquiao might have taken something away from you going into that fight?
It was definitely a different thing, and it was strange. With that whole Pacquiao series, there was a lot of new. New to the fact of having a huge press tour, new to traveling and meeting your opponent, new to traveling across the world. Different foods, different culture, different media relations. It was a lot of new things. This feels much more comfortable.
You feel about the emotions in the ring with a big guy like that, do you think you'll be better at managing your emotions in the ring now?
I believe so. I've been to the main stage, I've been to the biggest stage you could possibly have, and the Barclays is another huge stage, but I've been here already before too. So, this is, it's all in experience as you grow as a fighter, and, I'm a young fighter, a young career. It's my 22nd pro fight. My 22nd boxing fight, not even pro fight.
Were you surprised at the outcome of the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight?
I was not, no. That was pretty much as I expected. I was surprised that Pacquiao was able to hurt Mayweather. He did stun him a couple times, yeah. And that was pretty surprising to me. I thought that Mayweather was going to be able to control him even better than he did. But about 9-3 was how I expected to play.
Hey Chris, are you going to change the style any differently because of the fact that you're going to get your hands a little earlier in the fight this time?
I don't want to give it away, but we'll see on Friday night.
You feel excited about working with David Jackson, I guess, showing off what he's learned and Sam had a couple of months you guys were working together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was an exciting and it was a fun time down there. I had fun learning new things. It kind of refreshed, a lot of boxing for me. I got to see new things, do new things, try new things. Had successes. So it was definitely a fun and interesting, and I learned a lot.
You just mentioned that it's only your 20-something fight, right? You're a young fighter, but you win here against Provodnikov to become a champ. You have this whirlwind fight with Pacquiao. How much have you matured as a fighter?
I mean, the last year of my life, I've matured as a human being. Tremendous, and it speaks volumes to my boxing career. But you learn by experience, and that's how I've always learned. I didn't have a huge amateur background. I didn't take easier fights to learn all along the way. I've been thrown in, and I'm okay with that. And I actually prefer that. I'd rather have big fights and big opportunities like this because that's how you learn, and experience speaks volumes.
It's probably not fair, but maybe to the boxing hardcore people, maybe you still have much to prove to them. And based on your career, it's probably not a fair thing. But I mean, do you feel like you still have to prove yourself to anyone?
The only person that really matters is proving it to myself, and I feel like I do have to prove something to myself. At this point, I wasn't happy with my last performance and how things went. I know that I belong here at the elite level, and it's time for me to step up and show it.
Hey Chris, everybody, he's talking about his fight with Mayweather. What do you want if you win? You haven't mentioned anything. What's in your future?
I'm loving what's going on with the PBC and bringing back boxing to national television. television. We're getting a lot of eyes on us now. You know, boxers are getting recognition. It should be, you know, like it was in the 80s, the heyday of the sport, where you got Sugar Ray Leonard on Saturday afternoon.
Larry Holmes or somebody like that.
Exactly.
Right?
That's where I want to be. You know, I want to be there with the, you know, with the greats, and you know, to be a part of this whole series is fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to the future.
In any way, do you think you have an advantage over Khan in the sense that he has so much riding on this that could make him a little uptight, possibly?
It could, but I'm not too concerned about, like I said, what he's got going on. I'm just going to go out there and you know, enact the game plan that we've come up with, and do, you know, worry about me. Do what I got to do.
You feel more focused in this fight, just because last time there were so many interviews, so many things about worrying about, you know, endorsements, you know, overall, like,
yeah, this it was a lot less polls in this fight. Also, my team has been more experienced, and Kevin Rooney has been fantastic, really organizing everything. He's been taking a much more of a forward role and making sure that I've been able to get my rest and training in, not getting pulled as much. So it's definitely been a much more focused camp, and I feel more like I did when I was training in obscurity with a chip on my shoulder.
You're close to Long Island. Does that make a big difference?
It's good. It's good to fight at home. You know, I was saying in the ring earlier that, you know, when you fight at home, it can either make you or break you. Some guys are really nervous and it makes them more nervous. Some guys gives them more juice. You know, and I feel like for me, it makes me step up.
Last fight, Paisans from Long Island. Right?
Yeah.
The last fight was a catchweight 140. This is your first fight at a full 147. Do you think that's going to be an advantage for you in terms of size and strength in this fight?
I do. You know, I do. I made my pro debut at 47. It was actually 48. I had a couple fights earlier in my career and scored a lot of knockouts at welterweight. I was a stronger, more aggressive guy then. And you know, also the talent, you know, the talent gap is huge, of course, between, you know, the first guys you start fighting. But I'm looking forward to, you know, showcasing myself at welterweight. I feel great. Training camp has been fantastic. I've been working with other welterweights and you know, in the gym down south, the bigger guys, and it's been fun. So I don't foresee any issues other than being positive.
What do you expect to come in at when you're hydrated?
Between 55 and 60.
So that much of a range.
Yeah, we can. We'll hydrate up and get right back up there.
And John said that some of your sparring partners have commented on the power that you've shown in sparring. Have you noticed the difference?
Yeah, I made sure they noticed it down there, that's for sure. But even when coming home to Belmore Kickboxing with Keith Trimble, he noticed the difference. Even my cousin, my family, watching me hit the bag and hit the pads, they're like, I've never really seen you like this. So it just comes out of being relaxed, to tell you the truth. You know, but it's always been there. You just gotta let it go.
Any hand issues?
No, hands have actually been great. Knock on wood.
Chris, the fact that Amir Khan got knocked out twice, and you got hit hellacious shot by Ruslan and Pacquiao, and you survived it, do you feel that that's an advantage over him? Because he's legitimately probably knocked out.
It's possible. You know, it's possible. He's been hit before and finished. You know, I haven't been there. I've shown it. You know, even the Pacquiao fight, that 8th round or that 9th round, that was a hell of a shot.
Right.
And that was a really hard shot. You know, and I came back from that, and the Ruslan is another, you know, hellacious puncher, like you said. So, you know, I've been in with legitimate punchers, and not only, you know, I got up to win in the Ruslan fight, but, you know, the Pacquiao fight, you know, we made it to this. He has been knocked out.
So it was a moral victory. He went the distance.
Not in my eyes, but, you know, if you look at it in terms of testing chins, then sure.
Hey Chris, I know you're friends with Louis Colazo. Did he give you any advice because you fought Amir Khan? Did he give you any advice? I
actually trained with Louis before his last fight, and, you know, got to sparring with him before I even went to camp, before, you know, my fight with Khan was even settled. But we've spoken about it before. He's told me a few things, and you know, we're both very excited for the fight.
You had to change anything diet-wise? I know, like, on the way in with Pacquiao, there was a little mishap, but did that affect you, diet-wise at all, or how you?
I don't think I'm. You know, everyone's saying that I look bigger, but I don't feel any different or any bigger. You know, the making the weight's going to be, you know, easy. I'm thinking I'm going to come in about 146. You know, for the weigh-in. But yeah, no, I feel great. Still sweating good, still hydrated. So
if you're victorious and come off a win, and with Pacquiao, him coming off a loss, would you look for a rematch?
I mean, if that was a possibility to make, I would love that. Just as a fighter and a competitor, I would love to avenge my lone defeat. There's a lot of politics, a lot of things that go on besides, you know, just matching fights up. So it's very difficult to make a boxing match happen. So we'll see what's possible out there, what the landscape will be like.
Do you feel like you're kind of in a good position because there's a lot of guys who want to come up to welterweight now? Garcia, Peterson, they both talked about it. So, you know, what would a win do for you just in the division?
It gives me a leg up on those guys. You know, I've already been here. You know, I'm coming in at the weight with an elite level guy. So you know, it would just give me, you know, one fight advantage over those guys who haven't been there yet. But you know, the 40s, everyone knows this is where it's at. This is where all the talent's at. You know, there's a reason that I'm moving up to 47 because there's a lot of people coming around here. You know, it's the most talent-rich division in the sport. You know, and like I said, now with the PBC and the opportunities that are going to be out there, I mean, this is where you want to be as a fighter.
You saw yesterday. Is there any sense that you got that maybe he's a little bit more confident, or maybe he's not as engaged as he used to be when you're around him?
You know, I don't know. I've actually never met him before. Yesterday was the first day that I met him. So I don't know. I don't have a standard of how he normally is or how he would be. So
Yesterday was the first day you met him?
yeah,
Throughout this whole promotion?
yeah. We've been busy in camp.
Hey Chris, I do the Luis Jimenez show, the biggest Latin show in all of New York City. What do you got to say to those Latinos that follow you, that are big boxing fans? What are you going to tell them?
Gracias por su apoyo. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Papi.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this little icon right here, or else